at what is certainly a spectacle here at Caesars Palace. This is Gerry Cooney, the challenger, coming into the ring. Gerry Cooney comes in here, of course. He has won 25 fights. He has not lost a fight. He has 22 knockouts. And the question, of course, the biggest question is, can he go the distance? Can he go any kind of a distance? Because the last two men he's fought, he's knocked out in one round. Speaking of a hotbed of boxing, Easton, Pennsylvania's proudest son, Larry Holmes, making his way very quickly into the ring now. And you've talked about this on several occasions, too, and that is that it's great to break a sweat, to really work yourself up, and that may be what Larry Holmes is doing here.
Yes, he's doing. He must loosen up, and Larry Holmes has been in the ring a number of times, so many times, and he's aware that he must be loose against a puncher like Gerry Cooney.
Larry Holmes comes in here having won 39 fights without a loss. He is 39-0, 29 of those fights coming as knockouts. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, Ray, and really the real glaring difference is the age. Larry Holmes is 32, Gerry Cooney is 25.
Well, without question, Barry, the age is a factor. Being older, without question, the legs has a tendency to go, and the height is no good unless you know how to use it.
Introducing, in the red corner, fighting from Easton, Pennsylvania, WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes. In the blue corner, introducing, gentlemen, Gerry Cooney.
Well, the crowd in loud support of Gerry Cooney, but Ray, tradition in boxing parted with in a very, very major way here. They introduced the champion first.
Mr. Holmes' corner. Remember, protect yourself at all times. Understand that. Shake hands now. Let's get it on.
Both men wearing white trunks. Cooney with a clover leaf. Red trim on Larry Holmes. Holmes comes quickly out, takes a jab from Cooney. Holmes circles Cooney. Cooney's stationary right now.
But Cooney's left jab is very, very potent.
Holmes all business with the jab right now. Cooney dancing. Cooney digging, a left to the body. It's a good observation, both men do. Cooney looking very patient right now. Cooney, of course, had the shoulder problem. Larry Holmes is going to take a good long look at that and try to point that jab toward the bridge of the nose. Cooney tries to force the action again. In fact, even here early in round one.
Outside in the center ring, it will be all Larry Holmes unless he's hit by a certain punch.
Cooney has scored once with a left to the body.
I'm waiting for Gerry Cooney to release that right hand because I think it would be a big surprise to Larry Holmes.
That was a left hand that was low, thrown by Gerry Cooney. This is round one. Nobody, I don't think, amongst the 32,000 people here, including the participants. Holmes tries Cooney tries an uppercut, and a wild right-hand lead that time by Gerry Cooney.
Holmes is very quick and a very intelligent fighter.
Cooney, of course, can strike very quickly, and he does follow up. That has been a question about some of the opponents that Larry Holmes has had. They have knocked him down. They have been unable to put the clincher on. Cooney has never had a problem with that. Most observers feel that if Larry Holmes can last 4 or 5 rounds, then the fight should be his. Cooney tries to press it, no damage. Again, Holmes with a jab in the face. Trying to jab. Took a good right hand that time from Holmes, but did not take a backward step. End of round one. So we come to the center of the ring for round two. This is the heavyweight championship. Both men in great condition, no question about it. Both those punches were a little bit short, thrown by Gerry Cooney to Larry Holmes. Holmes still up on his toes, still keeping that jab right in the face of the challenger, Gerry Cooney. Just a way to relax.
That's very good move tactics by Larry Holmes. Jab to the head and jab to the body.
And Holmes is staying off the ropes right now, and I think that's something that could be significant as this fight goes on. This is just the second round. It is a hot night. You saw Holmes bounce off the ropes right away that time. Didn't give Cooney a chance to smother him there. Holmes has been effective with the jab to the nose of Gerry Cooney. Neither man is marked. It's been said that Larry Holmes has more to lose by a loss to Gerry Cooney than Gerry Cooney has to lose by a loss to Larry Holmes. Holmes has said on several occasions, this will be it, he will retire. There is nobody in the house who believes that. There was a great psychological battle involved in this fight. That psychological battle is now over. It is now down to 4 hands.
What I noticed about Gerry Cooney, he must get in position, he must set up to throw a punch, a solid punch.
It's a chopping right hand that you saw Cooney throw a moment ago, and it came up a little bit short. He is back up, and he is on rubber legs, Ray.
This will be the round. I see that Cooney legs are still rubbery, and without question, Larry Holmes is going to take advantage of this opportunity and get Gerry Cooney out of there.
Cooney has 30 seconds to survive. Remember, Larry Holmes said round 2. Cooney tries to dig a left hand to the body. Holmes being very patient. It was a right hand from Holmes that put him down. And now Holmes works with the jab once more. 10 seconds remaining in the second round. Cooney with a jab to the top of the head of Larry Holmes. End of round 2.
And here we take a look at it. As Larry Holmes moves around his man, he throws a jab to the body and comes across with the punching right hand. And as we see it here, Cooney's in big trouble as he stumbles, can't catch his balance, and he eventually goes down.
Larry Holmes has always been a guy who has looked for the long route. He is not really a guy who looks for a knockout because he's not a one-punch knockout artist.
Well, time was with Gerry Cooney.
Again, Holmes with a very effective flicking jab. That was a good left hand by Cooney, and it stunned Holmes momentarily. It was a left hand to the side of the head by Cooney. Best punch of the fight for the challenger.
I was curious to see Cooney's reaction after being hit or floored. He maintained his composure, and now he started to come back against Larry Holmes.
There's another good left hand to the chin of Larry Holmes. Holmes did not appear to be hurt, but they were two good punches by Gerry Cooney. And another one. And another good left hand by the challenger. Cooney scored to the cheek that time of Larry Holmes. Cooney being effective, Ray, in this round.
As long as Larry stays right in front of his man, Cooney's going to be able to deliver that left hook to the body, to the head.
And another good right hand that time by Cooney. Backs Holmes up. This is round 3. Combination, the left and then a right. Both were a little bit short, thrown by Cooney. Holmes retreating now here in the third round.
Cooney is physically stronger than Larry Holmes, although Larry Holmes has the experience to get out of the way.
Holmes with the right hand, a little bit short on the nose of Gerry Cooney. Holmes' corner very quiet. Right hand also a little bit short. Not really doing any damage. Caught the head snapping back of Holmes. And Holmes once more gets off the ropes.
He steps in with it.
That was a right hand by Holmes that time.
He has to be against a puncher like Gerry Cooney. He's doing the right thing.
A little bit of reddening again on the nose of Gerry Cooney. No blood from either man. We're in the third round. 5 seconds remaining. Counting down. A good round for Gerry Cooney here. Uppercut misses. End of round 3. Holmes up off his stool early. Cooney remains seated. Now he comes up. This is the 4th round. In the center of the ring. That last round was a confidence builder for Gerry Cooney. Holmes goes back to the jab now. Holmes is flat-footed. He was on his toes for the first 2.5 rounds. A good left to the body. Backs Holmes up. Larry Holmes flat-footed and backing up right now. Takes 4 jabs, but inconsequential jabs they are from Gerry Cooney.
But what Gerry Cooney wants to do, you know he's been throwing that left hook to the body.
Well, this is the 4th round. Now, a lot of people said from this juncture on, the fight should belong to Larry Holmes. If Cooney couldn't get to him early, the left hand to the head. Holmes seems to be measuring his man a little bit more. Left digs downstairs to the body, but it was not a great punch by Gerry Cooney.
Well, you notice Larry Holmes became flat-footed, and normally he's figured his man out, and he saw an opening, and he wants to get to it.
That was a right hand to the ribs that
I don't
time.
think Holmes can afford to exchange punch for punch with Gerry Cooney.
Holmes has been very patient. Actually, both men being much more patient than I expected they would be, to tell you the truth. There was 2 right hands, and again, it staggered Gerry Cooney. Left hand, rather not a right hand, staggered him a little bit. There's 2 lefts, back-to-back by the champion.
I'll be curious to see, Barry, what would happen if Holmes started going to Cooney's body.
There's another left hand from the challenger, Gerry Cooney. Holmes' jab has not been as effective in the last round and a half. Let's see if Holmes does start to go to the body. 1 minute remaining here in the 4th round. Alongside the eye of Larry Holmes does not appear to be any worse here in the 4th round than it was in the 3rd. Cooney's starting to get inside just a little bit, and whether Holmes is pacing himself or not remains to be seen. The left hand and then the right misses.
Well, again, Larry's flat-footed. I think he wants Cooney to exert himself.
Holmes took 3 good shots that time from Cooney.
I don't think so, Brian. I think he was just dazed by the impact of the punch. Cooney has the right hand, but it's not as accurate and as powerful as his left hand.
Cooney with another good left to the ribs of Larry Holmes as the bell sounds ending the 4th round. We come to the 5th round. Center of the ring.
is a factor, and it's starting to set in with Larry Holmes.
Holmes backing up, and Cooney coming after him.
Well, Jerry's doing what he do best. He's stalking his opponent, trying to get him in the corner and work his body.
But significantly, Larry Holmes is flat-footed. Cooney jabbing actually rather effective.
Cooney's height is starting to help him out as far as inexperience is concerned, because
Cooney at 6'6", another good left hand, and Holmes spins out of there. Cooney has been the aggressor here. A little puffiness around the face of Larry Holmes right now. This is the 5th round.
he can't throw the same consistent left jab. He has to go to the body, left to the head, mixes punches up, confuses his opponent.
Larry Holmes at this point has got to have a lot of respect for the guy in front of him right now, and vice versa. Holmes again, still flat-footed. Now he gets up on his toes. And a right hand, and that backs up Cooney. Holmes with another right hand, but again, Cooney's right there. Cooney talks to Holmes. And Cooney comes right back with a strong left jab. Cooney goes downstairs, caught that one on the gloves, did Holmes. Neither one of those punches really damaging. Inside the 30-second mark remaining here in the 5th round. Both men have taken some very good shots. Holmes with a combination, gets out of there. Cooney going to the head now more than the body. End of round 5. Let's take a look at the right hand thrown by Larry Holmes here, Ray.
Well, we can see how effective that overhand right of Larry Holmes is as he lands an overhand right on Gerry Cooney. And Cooney has answered the question, can he take a punch?
Cooney remains seated longer, but he does not seem to be tired. Neither man really seems to be fatigued at this juncture. Round 6.
Gerry just gave me a wing, Barry. I think he's very confident.
I don't know that there are a lot of people who expected Gerry Cooney to be forcing the fight at this point, and yet he is doing that. Holmes is back on his toes now here as we start the 6th round. That is where he's been most effective. There's a right hand, big widespread right hand, and actually Larry Holmes' legs went a little rubbery, but he did grin at him after that. Cooney again, this time. Holmes is spending no time on the ropes. He knows that's where he can really be hurt.
Well, he can't afford to go. He has to stay off those ropes and out of those corners. Those shots to the body.
And a left hand into the body of Larry Holmes thrown by Gerry Cooney.
With very big punches.
Cooney jabbing, I think, perhaps more effectively than a lot of people thought he would. Holmes jab, there's a right hand to the top of the head, but Holmes did not step backwards. I'm going to say Holmes jab. Both men have been hurt. Both men have retreated on occasion. Cooney is forced to fight most of the way. Sharp left jab. Remember, the only knockout of the fight coming in the 2nd round. Cooney with the left hand, another left to the body with the right hand. There was a right to the body, right hand lead.
Those were good punches by Gerry Cooney.
Inside of 30 seconds remaining in the 6th round. That right hand was caught by the glove of Gerry Cooney. There was a left hand by Cooney. Holmes comes back with a right hand and the legs wobble once more. Cooney is in trouble against the ropes. Holmes tries to measure him. A right hand misses, but another one scores and another right hand. Now a left and an uppercut. Cooney goes through the rope, but is still on his feet. Battling gamely. 10 seconds inside of 10 seconds remaining. A right hand, hard right by the champion. Cooney is still on his feet. Holmes scoring almost at will, but Cooney will not go down. End of the round, a big round for Holmes. Take another look at the punishment that was handed out by Larry Holmes against Gerry Cooney.
Well, Cooney landed those big body shots to Larry Holmes, but Holmes was able to come back. And here we see Larry Holmes just completely dominating Gerry Cooney. Has Cooney in big trouble, and here he just can't get any more clean punches in, Barry, to get his man out of there. Cooney did the right thing, was trying to smuggle Larry Holmes' punches, and he was able to survive the round.
First punch, first big one, was a right hand to the top of the head, almost the same punch as we saw in the 2nd round.
Well, that right hand by Larry Holmes caught Cooney on the side of the face, and it put him in trouble, really big trouble.
Now is a real test for the challenger, Gerry Cooney. Rather bad swelling, actually, and Holmes works on it. Now there's a little blood alongside the eye of Gerry Cooney. It is the left eye.
But Holmes knows that right hand gets through very easily, and you're going to see Larry Holmes attempt to throw out right hand or land that right hand time to time.
Holmes working the left hand on the left eye, exactly where that cut is. It appears to be in the eyebrow.
Well, Cooney keeps his hands up. His guards are very well. Larry goes to the body, bring his hands down to come over with the overhand right.
Swelling under the eye of Gerry Cooney as well, but the cut, I believe, is alongside the eyebrow, and Holmes is really peppering that eye with the left hand. Cooney a good left to the body that time, but Holmes knows that he has his man in trouble now.
Well, that's another experience. Once a fighter that's never been cut before, it's like a trauma. It's a big experience in one's career.
Cooney has been very tough so far, and he has no reason to back off. There is also a cut on the bridge of the nose of Gerry Cooney now.
I'm very impressed with the way Gerry Cooney is able to come back.
And now you can just see the confidence surge in Holmes. He missed a wild right hand, but that left jab has been very effective in this round, more so since any round since the second.
Larry Holmes' rhythm is starting to throw Gerry Cooney off. Whenever he's bouncing and boxing, it seems to throw Cooney's punches off. He can't really land any clean blows.
The fight is really seesawed, actually. First couple of rounds were Larry Holmes, and then Cooney really started to come on. 30 seconds remaining here. 7th round, scheduled for 15. Nobody believes it'll go that far. Holmes really looks very confident right now. The cut on the nose, I don't think really bothers Cooney, who tries to bomb Holmes with the right hand, but Holmes doesn't back up. Combination that time, right hand leading and a left to the body. Warning from Mills, laying for a low blow. There was a right hand by Cooney. Cooney still is not backed up. You got to give the man credit where it is due. End of round 7. So that is the scenario right now. Larry Holmes comes out to the center of the ring. The eye is closing rapidly. Puffiness underneath and a cut alongside the eye. The blood is stopped for the moment, but Larry Holmes certainly will work on it. And Cooney trying to heed the advice of his corner, and that is crowd Larry Holmes. Now that is something unquestionably easier said than done. Holmes still appears to be measuring his man. He's been very effective with that jab.
So I think this is what's creating trouble for Gerry Cooney. It's very difficult. Cooney needs to stay closer because outside Larry Holmes throws that left jab and makes that cut even worse.
But the eye is very puffy. And now the blood starts from the nose of Gerry Cooney, who does get Holmes momentarily on the ropes, but Holmes gets off there very quickly. Holmes fighting a very smart fight so far. And Cooney with no reason to back off. Got a right uppercut in on the chin that time of Holmes. So Cooney has not gone away. And Holmes comes up with a left and a right hand is short.
When Cooney makes that big miss.
That was a right hand that actually Holmes was open for, but Cooney could not score with it. Holmes has gone back flat-footed now. He's been most effective when he's been on his toes. That right hand is kind of pointed, and it is getting in, but it's really not doing much damage.
There's not as much sting on Cooney's punches, although I still think he's capable of really hurting Larry.
1 minute remaining here in the 8th round. Holmes seemingly pacing himself a little bit, tries a right-hand lead, but misses with it. Cooney misses with a right of his own. Schnary for just a moment, waits for Cooney to throw a left hand. That's as close as Holmes has come to really being in a corner. He is flat-footed, takes a right hand, and actually might have been hurt a little bit by that right hand. Cooney now backs up a little bit, lost his mouthpiece in that last exchange. Cooney tries to get inside again, can't quite do it, and Holmes keeps him off him. And a combination that time by Holmes. Scores once more on Cooney. And a right hand by Holmes that time. Right hand by Cooney again. Gets in, but doesn't do any damage. There's a right hand by the champion and another right hand.
Exchanging blows.
A left hand that time, a little bit short. Again, not a lot of blood. Cooney's corner has really done a pretty good job on the eye. The blood still pours from the nose, but the eye doesn't seem to be any worse right now. Take a look at this.
Well, this round we saw both men. I think they was really challenging each other because Larry threw that right hand, and Cooney came back with some punches of his own. Here we see Cooney's mouthpiece comes out.
Don't let this bum take your time.
Out there, champ. Down, plug in, and fight.
Ray Arcel at 82 years old, still offering some sage advice, saying, don't let this bum take this fight from you. Well, Cooney is hardly a bum. He has represented himself very well so far. Not a lot of people felt this fight would go to the extent that it has, that being the 9th round. What you hear from the crowd are not boos. They're yelling for Cooney. A left hand to the nose that time of Holmes thrown by Cooney. And now the blood is really started to pour from the eye of Gerry Cooney. I don't know if it was a punch that opened the cut up again. A left hand and a combination by Cooney, but that cut looks pretty nasty right now over the left eye of Gerry Cooney. The eye just a slit. He's got to have trouble seeing, I would think.
Larry needs to sidestep, let his man run off balance, and then take advantage of it.
Let me ask you something today. A little bit more from the outside to the inside with his punches. You said yourself you wouldn't have been able to see him.
That's true, because I had no...
So let's see if Larry Holmes, there was a good right hand, exactly what we were just talking about. Arm punches for the large part with the right hand. Well, that took again by Cooney. The eye has not gotten terribly worse since it was opened up in the 6th round. And Cooney is still the aggressor in the fight. Left hand that time now to the right side of Gerry Cooney's face. And there's a right hand, and once more it staggers Gerry Cooney. But Cooney fights back. Mills Lane stopping and momentarily talking to Gerry Cooney. 30 seconds remaining here in the 9th round.
Larry set him up for the right hand again.
And there was a low blow thrown by Cooney. And Larry Holmes will now have as much time as is needed.
Well, he's going to need
to recover from this low blow.
That was a big punch, Barry, to the groin.
5 minutes, says Mills Lane. Take another look at it.
Well, we have a look, and that was a very low blow by Gerry Cooney.
Holmes says he's okay, and the fight continues. Holmes does not seem affected by the low blow. Cooney misses with a right hand as Holmes just gets the hit out of the way in time. Cooney's left eye is not appreciably worse than it was, but there is a swelling underneath it, not a lot of blood alongside it now as Cooney gets in the corner for a moment, rather Holmes gets in the corner for a moment at the bell. Holmes again flat-footed, combination is a good left hand, and now Cooney dances in front of him and mocks Larry Holmes as if to say, I am not hurt. A punch that was a little bit low, thrown by Cooney. A right hand missed, and Holmes backs out of there. Cooney really the aggressor. A right hand to the head that time by Cooney, and a left to the head of Larry Holmes as Cooney comes alive here. Holmes goes flat-footed again. Remember, he has done the most damage when he's been up on his toes. And Holmes took a right hand that time from Cooney. It's not any one punch that hurts, but it's a combination of all of them that do. Another right hand from Cooney. There's a right to the body, and a left hand was low, and Holmes comes back with an uppercut that goes right on the chin of Gerry Cooney. And another right hand. This is the 10th round. Holmes seemingly has been in control of the fight, but Cooney has not gone away, and he has been the aggressor.
But now he seems to be refreshed, a new fighter. Well, Holmes could very well be tired, but you know, Bert, I feel that Larry's trying to make him punch himself out.
Cooney forcing the action, and Holmes is providing a stationary target. There's a right hand by Holmes. And another right hand, and now Cooney reels into the corner.
I think Larry put a little trick on Cooney.
And a left hand scores by Holmes, and a right. And another right hand by Larry Holmes. That right hand becoming very effective. It has been his best punch. There's another. And a left hand and a right behind it. All right on the face of Gerry Cooney.
Both of these guys taking big punches from each other.
And standing toe-to-toe now. And Holmes with the right hand caught largely by the glove. So was that one. I would think this position is where Cooney really wants to be. Right on is most effective. There's another right hand by Holmes. It keeps Cooney off of him, and yet another as we come to the end of the 10th round. Combination by Holmes, and a left hand by Cooney at the bell. Good round for both men, really, and both men saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right here.
Now get rough, goddammit, get rough!
Actually, if anything, I think the swelling on the eye of Gerry Cooney has gone down rather than gotten any worse, and there's been no blood for the last couple of rounds.
This round, both men really went at it, threw a lot of punches.
Cooney stalking Holmes in a corner now. That's where Cooney wants him. Another warning for a low blow, and Mills Lane takes another point away from Gerry Cooney. Holmes has has been flat-footed. Cooney trying to press him. Right now, I would have to say that Cooney is less tired than Larry Holmes, even though Cooney has never fought more than 8 rounds. Those punches missed by Cooney. Both those punches missed by Gerry Cooney. Cooney not as sharp with his punches. And Holmes comes back with that jab to the face. That was a left hand that just flicked across the nose of Holmes, thrown by Cooney.
I believe we're going to see a replay of the right hand by Larry Holmes because it seems to be setting Gerry Cooney up once again.
Cooney tries to go downstairs, but Holmes blocks it with his glove, and a little bit of blood again starts to show from the left eye of Gerry Cooney. Left hand did get in, and there's that right hand, just as you said, but it caught him mostly on the shoulder. Because that could hurt too, and remember, Cooney did have a shoulder injury. And another low blow. Cooney tries to go downstairs again, and again is a little bit low with it.
Now Larry's going to try to make Cooney work hard again. Try to make him exert himself, tire himself out. But I don't think Gerry's going to cooperate because Gerry's in tremendous shape.
That right hand by Holmes is a little short. Holmes has no real pattern to how he beats people. He's beat people with the left jab. He's beat people with the right cross. He's beat people with a straight right. And tonight it's the overhand right that has done the most damage. End of round 11. Gerry Cooney has answered all the skeptics tonight. He is worthy of being here, win or lose. Holmes goes back to his toes now, and there's a right hand once more. And the rubbery legs go on Gerry Cooney for a moment. He backs away now, trying to catch his breath and get it back. Holmes has been most effective when he's been on his toes. He went up on his toes and scored with a quick right hand. Again, a left hand.
Holmes is not showing any effect of those low blows by Gerry Cooney because normally they really take their toll, especially when it's a good punch, good solid punch.
Nor did anyone expect the fight to go quite as long as it has. Now there's a little bit of blood showing from alongside the bridge of the nose, not only on the bridge, but alongside the bridge of the nose of Gerry Cooney. Holmes, or rather, Cooney had a problem with the top of the bridge of the nose. This is not in that area. It is alongside the bridge of the nose. And that was 3 pretty good punches that time by Gerry Cooney.
Thing with both fighters, although they're in tremendous shape. And the punches don't have that much sting to it, although I think through fatigue, if a good solid punch lands, someone may go down.
There was a right hand to the side of the head again. That has been Holmes' most effective weapon, and he did score with it again, but Cooney did not back up at all. It's really hard to pick out either one of these fellas, who right now is the stronger of the two. Holmes goes back up on his toes and scores, but takes a shot from Cooney in return. Holmes paws at Cooney now.
Larry Holmes has proven he is a true champion, and Cooney...
There was a right hand and another right. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ray. I'm sorry, but 2 good right hands.
Larry's been working on the eye ever since it happened.
And that looping right hand is what's being effective, and I think it's fair to say that Gerry Cooney is not seeing those punches coming. Holmes taking a little bit more time on the stool, and that is a change. If you're wondering about the heat, there was a right hand by Holmes, a good shot that time by Larry Holmes. All those punches at this point have got to hurt, a left hand. But Cooney does not back up. Right hand by Cooney, but again, mostly an arm punch. Not a lot of snap in the punch by Gerry Cooney, at least that one. There's a right hand again by Holmes.
Cooney, I don't think his vision is too good on the left side. Again, I think Holmes is trying to set up Cooney for that looping right hook.
He threw it right there, but Cooney caught it on the glove.
A lot of times, Barry, you can see what kind of punch a man's going to throw if you watch his stance.
There's another good right hand there. There have been very few clinches. A lot of action. Cooney again tries to go downstairs, but Holmes has not been hurt by those punches since early on. Holmes again just keeps that right hand coming. And there's a right hand, but again, Cooney does not back up at all. So maybe some of Holmes' punches do not have quite the impact they did. 1 minute remaining here in the round.
There's
a right hand.
He's just walking towards Larry now.
And And another right hand. Not sure what that was all about. Cooney tries a left hand. Not having quite the respect. And Cooney's legs are really wobbly.
Cooney's really gone now. He's really gone.
Cooney very wobbly in the center of the ring. Takes another right hand. Holmes knows he has his man in trouble. Another right hand. And that eye is really opened up. Combinations of punches thrown by the champion against Gerry Cooney. This one is all but over. Cooney against the ropes. Mills Lane steps in. He did not really go down.
Victor Valley.
And Victor Valley is saying no more, I believe. Victor Valley is in the ring saying no more. That's it. It is over. So Larry Holmes retains the title. Victor Valley stepping in and stopping the fight. Cooney actually never really did go all the way down. Although I'm sure that would be called a knockdown. They started to count. So the fight is over. And the champion, Larry Holmes, remains the champion. So Larry Holmes, the winner by technical knockout in the 13th round here. Time was running down in the 13th round. Cooney might have got through it, but there was a point you could really see that Cooney was out on his feet. And Ray, you picked that up very quickly.
Well, fatigue's really set in, and the accumulation of punches really did a number on Gerry Cooney. Larry Holmes saw that Cooney was in trouble, and it was just a matter of time, Barry.
As we take a look at it, you can see a very tired and a man who just had come too far for too long.
Well, if you watch Gerry Cooney's legs, at this point now they're rubbery, although the punches, they've taken its toll also by Larry Holmes. Holmes putting his punches together very well. Cooney here as a defeated fighter, but yet I'm very impressed with him.
And he never really did go well. His glove did go down, but his butt never really touched the canvas. Take another look at him. He was out long before he went against the ropes.